7-0. That one was a gift. I never count the one. It was 7-0. Then Brazil scored one. It wasn't like 6-0, 6-1, then 7-1. It was 7-0. Then Brazil scored one. 7-0. That's all I remember from the World Cup. 7-0.
Seun Kuti é o filho mais novo de Fela Kuti, o cara que na década de 70 misturou o jazz, o funk com ritmos africanos para criar o afrobeat. À frente da mesma banda, a Egypt 80, Seun mantém vivo o ritmo e a mensagem do pai.
I think my music is evolving in the natural progression and trajectory that it was going to be. You know, I've never seen my career stalling at any point. You know, for me, with every album, I try to reach for something further because as a human being and as a musician, there's always growth and development. You know, so I always want to reflect from my last album to the new album, the musical and individual growth that I have experienced between these times. You know, this is very important for me. Brazilian music is popular, you know. Latin jazz, you know, as a musician, you go through this as part of your standards. I met a few artists, you know, but they are kind of like artists that I looked up to growing up, you know, people like Gilberto Gil. Even from then, you talk about modern artists, Carlinhos Brown. I also met the young lady, Carol Conca. You know, just like any other developing economy that is alien to the Western powers, that is independent as well, Brazil is shining a new light to the world, you know. It's not perfect yet, but you know, there's a new representation here. A lot of people are represented by this government, unlike in Africa where nobody is represented by the government except the Western corporations and governments. So as you just said, you know, it's not a coincidence that Brazil is becoming a world power and suddenly you see that there are racists in society that are coming to the football games to chant and show the division in society. For me, I do not believe that racism is something you should be afraid of. I also do not believe that racism is something that should be fought against. You know, the duty of humanity is to empower the oppressed. If we empower the oppressed, you know, there's no way racism can affect him. How can you stop racism when you have oppression?
Our ear don't fool for your words. Our stomach still empty. Our ear don't fool for your words. Our stomach still empty.
Our struggle is against oppression. You know, there's so much to change in the world, but the major thing is inequality. And the powers that be, the corporations, they know that this is the main struggle of the world today. So they bring out all this little religion. You know, I give you an example. All over the news, there's this story of the Algerian ISIS beheading this French guy. Oh, Algeria is a dangerous place. In fact, the news was all over France. And we're in France, we're going to go to Algeria. My band was scared. Oh, we can't go to Algeria. Look at what these Algerians are doing. I said, we are Africans. We cannot refuse to go to Africa, no matter what Western media tell us. And then we go to Algeria. In fact, in Algeria, your beards is the most beards I saw in Algeria. Nobody with beard like this. I didn't see any Islamists, just young people everywhere. So, you know, they go in the middle of the bush and film like a little percentage of people. These people do not represent the country. They are just a group of crazy people, just maybe 100 of them. Then you label the country, oh, Algeria. You know, like, this is not the country, just the way, because of Ku Klux Klan, I don't think all Americans are crazy racists. You know, if you judge like, oh, all Muslims are wicked because of ISIS, Islam is crazy, then I can say, oh, then America is crazy. You know, Ku Klux Klan is there. This is America, you know. So this is not how it is, you know. So we need to see the world for what it is and not be distracted, you know. So
yeah, voices, respect the movement. They go say humanity, all the type of business. Not moving to
for things we don't like to do, we are always pessimistic. For things we love to do, we are optimistic. You know, they label people, this guy is pessimistic. Pessimistic people are lazy. You know, it just means you are lazy. You know, oh, let's do this, oh, it's not gonna work. Let's do that, oh, it's not gonna work. And if you're optimistic, it means you are naive, you know. Everything they ask you, oh yes, let's do it. So I believe I'm a realist. Most of the things that I want to do them. You know, people say I'm optimistic. In fact, all my friends, they say I'm optimistic, but I tell them I'm not optimistic. I'm a realist. I see what they do not see.
I sing a song, monkey they walk, baboon they chop. Them vex, complain, them say oh God them things. I sing a song, before I jump like monkey, give me banana, make you hear. Give me banana, before I jump like monkey, monkey they...